Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Oh my God, it has been so long since I've seen you. So hopefully you're having a wonderful year and a wonderful month and that you are making it through. As always, this video is being brought to you by LW Pharmacy School. Make sure that you subscribe now and that you call us to enroll so that way you can complete this and go ahead and get certified, because you know some of y'all have been trying to get certified since last year, right? So let's just go ahead, quit playing games and get certified. So today I got a special treat for you, and this is probably like an area that I'm going to focus on because I've gotten so many phone calls and so many email requests and video messages about the ExCPT exam, and I realized that like this is an area that I haven't talked about that much, so I want to make sure that I do that today, right? So today we'll be talking about the role of pharmacy technician, the scope of practice, the general duties as a technician, right? Because these things are, you know, necessary and something that you should be able to do. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna jump right into it, right? You know how we do it. So the NHA is the one that gives the ExCPT exam. And if you did not know, there are 100 questions on that exam, and you know they give you about 2 hours and 10 minutes to get it done. I did just kind of want to start here because I feel like since I haven't covered this information before, let's just start from the very beginning, so that way you can kind of have a beginning to end type of understanding on how the ExCPT exam works. Now I'll tell you too that we're gonna just keep tackling this exam and just kind of preparing ourselves for it. I'm not gonna cover everything, of course, in the video today because I don't want to weigh you out, but we will, just continue to keep talking about this. So the ExCPT exam, in order to be eligible for that, it's almost similar to PTCB, but this one says that you need a high school diploma or a GED, and you have to have completed a pharmacy tech training or education program within the last 5 years. Okay. Or you can have, the other one is to have a high school diploma or a GED, and you need to have 1 year of work experience with at least 1,200 hours, which is a little different there, of supervised pharmacy work within the last 3 years. So what that means, that's different. So this is going to be for my friends who have just pharmacy experience, and maybe they've never actually gone through a program, but they do have pharmacy experience. And so the pharmacy experience that you have must be a 1 year with at least 1,200 hours. So that means in order to get 1,200 hours, probably in that 1 year, you need to be a full-time technician. And then you would have had to completed this in 3 years. Like it has to have been within the last 3 years. So the last 3 years will start in 2018. So that means that 2019, 2020, and then 2021, you've accumulated these 1,200 hours in 1 year of work experience in the pharmacy, right? If you took a break in 2018 and 2019, and you just got back in the pharmacy last year, 2020, and you've been part-time, you may not qualify for this, okay? Because you can have, 15, 20 years of pharmacy experience, but it has to have been done within the last 3 years, meaning that within the last 3 years, you need to have at least 1,200 hours of supervised pharmacy work experience. Okay, I want that to be real simple for y'all. Sometimes y'all have those questions, and I just want to kind of help you and make sure that you understand just kind of how it goes. Now, this is a summary outline of what is on the ExCPT exam. So I like to say that this is almost like, this is more like the PTCB blueprint, right? So there are 25 items on the exam that goes over laws and the overview of pharmacy. There are 15 items on the exam for drugs and drug therapy. There are 45 items for dispensing process, and then 15 items for medication safety and quality assurance. I did not make this up. This comes directly from the NHA. I just put it inside of a PowerPoint. And this is something that you can get on their website. And this is also something, you know, that's completely open to the public. So I don't want you to think this is something that I came up with. I don't make these type of stipulations or requirements in any way, form, or fashion. I just teach you to follow them. By the way, if you have not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you'll know whenever I post a new video. And if you're interested in becoming a VIP member, all you need to do is log into your YouTube account, go to LW Pharmacy School, click join, and complete the process. That is it. That is all. So today we are going to talk about overview and laws. I am keeping this screen up just a little longer so you can kind of see what's on it. But just notice that at the bottom, it does say a total of 100. So I don't know exactly, you know, how this test is formalized. That's something I do not know, but I do know that this is going to total 100 in order for you to actually complete the exam. This is what you'll see. And there are quite a few questions about dispense and process looks like. So that's something too that we'll be able to touch on pretty soon. Now let's talk about levels of pharmacy technician. So there are different levels to being certified or to being a pharmacy tech. So obviously the first level is level 1, where you're considered a technician and you're not, you know, you don't have a license or a certification, you're not registered, you're just kind of working out there. A lot of people in New York tend to do this because in New York, they don't require you to become certified to work at like CVS or Walgreens or whatever. But if you want to do more of the specialized pharmacy training, you know, if you want to do more of the specialized, I guess, occupation rather than training, then you are going to you are going to need that certification, and you are going to need to go ahead and enroll in our program so you can get certified. Now, a licensed pharmacy technician has so this is going to be where this person has contacted the board or they've obtained some sort of license from a licensing agency saying that they are licensed, okay? And then when you register with the pharmacy technician board, that's when you are a registered technician. So that means, and that I'm on number 3. So that one is going to be when they register with the state board of pharmacy, right? So state board of pharmacy, like for Texas, is Texas State Board of Pharmacy, and you can find that as for pharmacy.texas.gov. That's if you're in Texas. Now, if you register with the pharmacy technician board, that means that you are, you know, able to practice and within that certain state. Remember, I shared with you that once you become certified, it's a national certification. Now, for ExCPT or the NHA, I will tell you, when they first came out, a lot of the actual states didn't recognize them. Okay, they actually did not recognize them, and so for that reason alone, you want to double check with your state to see if they recognize it. Another thing I'll tell you about this exam, and I'm just going to be honest, if your job says, okay, yeah, you have the NHA certification, but we require PTCB, then they do have, you know, the authority to say, well, we want you to be PTCB certified in order to complete this particular occupation or to work in this particular field. So that is something, so that's something I want you to keep in mind. I'm not saying don't do the NHA or ExCPT exam. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying to you is think about how far you want to go in your career. And even if you don't want to take the PTCB exam right now, you don't have to, but just think about that. That's something you could be thinking about as you push forward, that, okay, at some point this could be, you know, a requirement to do the actual PTCB. So that's just something I want you to think about. And then the 4th and final level, which is where your girl is. Oh, I'm over this way, or that way. I can't get the picture right. But anywho, it is certified pharmacy technician. So I am certified, licensed, and registered. Okay, with I have a national recognition and then that's through the PTCB, and then I am registered and licensed through my state board of pharmacy. Okay, so that's definitely something you want to do. That's when you're operating at the highest, and then once you have this done and you get to number 4, now you can start applying for IV certification. Now you can start applying for, you know, medication reconciliation, the new one that they have, or I think it's compounded. I forget exactly which what the names are, but it's where you can just really elevate in your field, and that's something you really want to do. Obviously, you did this career to kind of, you know, start I guess kind of be somewhere, you know, and just kind of like make a name for yourself. So obviously you want to work your way up. So make sure you do get certified and you do get registered. And then when you get certified, all of your options, they get bigger. Like, I mean, you know, it's cool to be at a place where you can work and you know, okay, child, I can come to work in here, and it's gonna be, you know, XYZ every day, whatever. My supervisor loves me, this, that, and the third. I like that. But also, friend, I want you to think about not being stagnated and not being in one spot and not staying in one spot for too long, because new opportunities are always on the horizon. Like, it's always on the horizon. New opportunities, new money, you know what I mean? New promotions, new occupation, new career, new this, new job title, whatever, new car, new house. I mean, anything that you really want to have, you can really have that. And don't shortchange yourself because you are fearful of an exam. I keep telling y'all that this thing is nothing but black ink on white paper. I mean, this exam can't get up and slap you. It can't take away what you have. It can't take your food away. Don't give it that much power. Okay. Y'all know how I feel about that. Now, in regards to when you become certified through the NHA, there are some requirements. You will need to maintain your national certification every 2 years. Every 2 years, you must complete 20 hours of continuing education. That includes pharmacy law. Um, and they do have a 90-day grace period, which means, you know, let's say you get certified. Let me see, say you get certified, you got certified January 2020. So then that means that your certification is good until January 2022. And no, you do not have to retest, but you do have to complete these continuing education hours. These can be done online. These can be done from the comfort of your home, your cell phone. Sometimes your job, your pharmacy will offer continuing education courses as well that they've already paid for. So that's something you want to check with your job just to see before you go out and pay for it. I did put down at the bottom websites for continuing education. If you work at Walgreens or CVS or Kroger's, they normally or generally provide continuing education courses to their employees. So that's something you just want to ask for. Okay, you want to make sure that you are operating within your time period of completing your continuing education hours, because what you do not want to happen, which some people call me and tell me this, and y'all see me rolling my eyes right now because I just be like, friend, why we get to this point and then we want to cut up? How is it possible that you done got your entire license, you nationally certified, something happened, you have a baby or you get married, or you know, something in your life changes and you start doing something different and you let this go? Don't be that person. And then now you calling trying to figure out, okay, what all I have to do. Sis or bro, you got to start from the bottom. Okay, because when you was at the top, you didn't want it. Look, this your life. I just be trying to help y'all because you know how y'all, I'm like, wow. Anywho, so professionalism. Now let's talk about this, because I feel like this is a topic that people tend to forget about in pharmacy. Like, yeah, you know, maybe you are working at Walgreens and, you know, maybe you're not making the money that you think that you should be making, or maybe you don't feel like you're appreciated. So your professionalism at times go out the window because you like, these people don't care about me. These people ain't trying to see about me. Or these customers, it's the same customer every time they come in here and get on my nerves, right? Or you know, maybe you have this high tech or, you know, senior lead tech who just really tries to get underneath your skin. What you have to remember is when you become a licensed professional, a licensed paraprofessional in the pharmaceutical industry, that you are being professional, not for that particular organization, although they benefit from it. You are being professional because you are licensed and because you have put in the work in order to get to this point in your life. So you're doing it to protect your license and to protect your work history and your work ethics. You're doing that because that's who you are. You're a good person. You're doing that because you like to make change. So when you be professional and you know, you're out there and you're giving out great energy and you putting out good vibes, that's gonna follow you. That's gonna come back to you. Even if the other person don't appreciate it, friend, don't look at what they're doing. Because a lot of times, y'all know, people do not be happy at home. Coming to work with that attitude. I'm like, what's the problem? Right? So I don't want you to be, you know, like depleting, or let me not even say depleting, dimming your light. Come on, don't dim that light. Dimming your light because somebody else ain't doing what you think they should be doing, or moving how you think they should move. So what? Friend, do you? Because when you get ready to move on to the next pharmacy and you got to get that reference, see, I told you I got your back because I be thinking about y'all. When you get ready to move on, you want your last work history, your last workplace to say, oh, yeah, hire Lindsay. Yeah, she's a hard worker. She's dedicated. She moves with integrity. She's reliable. She got team spirit and she flexible. So it's bad. That's how you better feel about yourself. I'm telling you. I do want to share this with you. Okay, so check this out. Y'all know that I went in and I created this 4-week online course that got a 5-star rating. Come on, 5 stars, 5-star rating, and good vibes, good reviews. The people talking, the students are happy, and they have already said, like, yeah, this is where you want to be. You want to level up in your career. You want to boss up. You want to be the one that actually stands out and that you can, you know, make moves and say, okay, I don't even want to live in, you know, such and such no more. I don't really even want to be in Vegas no more. I think I'm going to push it to Miami. And you can do that because when you become nationally certified, you could pick up and go wherever. That's the whole thing about being certified as a technician, being able to move and keep it pushing, especially like when you saw in 2020. Let me tell you something about what 2020 did. And if you ain't if you ain't pivoted in this moment, you're gonna miss it. I'm telling you, you know I'm gonna help you, you're gonna miss it. Pay attention. I'm watching you. Okay, so what's necessary right now is to make sure you become certified. And let me tell you why. And I don't want you to put all your eggs in one basket, or to say, well, I've been working at such and such and they love me over there and they ain't gonna never let me go, this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something about business, okay? If it ever comes a point where they have to pick how they're gonna meet their budget, and if your salary isn't in the meeting of the budget, you might be called in the office and they might say, can we talk to you for a second? And if that happens, if you get called in and they say, can we talk to you for a second? If that happens and you don't have a certification, and now you got to try to find out where you finna go, what job you finna work, instead of saying, okay, thank you, I appreciate the opportunity, I appreciate the time, thank you for investing in my future, thank you for believing in me, and I wish you all the best. Instead of walking away with that, you mad, hot, and upset. And that's because you don't really have a backup plan. Don't be mad at them because you don't have a backup plan. That was your fault. What you need to be doing right now is trying to become certified. That's the goal. That's the word for the day. Certified. Certified. Yes, your sister's back. I'm back. I'm 100%. I'm telling you, because when When you continue to put yourself on the back burner or put yourself on hold, this, that, and the third for what somebody else is doing, and because you're constantly giving to them and they're not giving to you in the way that you should be given to, then what you're doing is you're saying, I don't matter. Quit doing yourself like that, okay? Let me tell you something. When you make time for things, things will make time for you. When you push forward and say, you know what, this the year. This is the opportunity. This is the time. When you do that and you begin to tell yourself, okay, I know for a fact, you know, this is what I need to be doing, you'll see how blessings and how things will start moving towards you. Okay, I want you to believe. Start believing right now. Start telling yourself, I am worth it. I can do this. I can become certified. Okay, in our course, obviously in our course, you do get those sessions with me, but I just wanted to talk about the certification for just a second, okay? Duties of a community pharmacy technician. So the duties of a community pharmacy tech, we are required to prepare medications and to distribute these medications correctly. On the board, it says accurately, right? So we want to make sure that we are fast and quick, but that we are accurate. More than anything, I don't need to be the first one doing something, but I need to be the one that's doing it right. And that has always been my motto. That's how I like to move and push through, is I like to be the person that's doing the right thing. Now, I'm gonna tell you that these job duties are according to the ASHP website, and so this is something you can find. This is public information. Again, I just moved it onto this slide. This is not something that I made up. As a technician, you may perform calculations. Now, I'll tell you, the entire time that I was in the field, I never did a calculation. Never did it. You know, and my colleagues, I got friends that are like, how do you teach, you know, tech pharmacy technician? How do you get these students to pass? Because what we do in the pharmacy has nothing to do with what's on the exam. Because obviously when you go work for different organizations, they have a way of doing things, so they're going to prepare you, train you, and show you. So when they do that, you know, it's going to be their way. It's not going to be the way to pass the exam. So, you know, I learned how to perform calculations, and I enjoy, you know, talking to y'all and sharing my experience and my expertise with y'all. It don't bother me at all. But, you know, I say all that to say, don't be so concerned about what's on the exam. Be more concerned about how to prepare for the exam. So many of y'all call me and say, well, how many questions is this? And how many questions is that? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's not the move. That's not the move, sis. That's not the move. You don't, because then you get so focused on how many this, how many that, and then you miss the moment. I keep telling y'all, check that moment. Peep the moment, peep the opportunity, and seize it. Yeah, that's what you want to do, okay? Because when you are certified and you work in a community pharmacy, you will process third party billing, which is basically where you're putting in that insurance information and you're pushing through the prescription. Remember, everything in the pharmacy will be verified by a pharmacist before it leaves the pharmacy. So you don't necessarily have to be like so concerned about, oh my God, oh my God. Do your very best, friend. That's all you got to do, is your very best. You do your very best, everything else will follow. And, you know, it's not that you're not going to ever, you know, make a mistake or anything like that, but you just want to do your best and let your supervisor let you know, okay, this is what you need to improve on, this, that, and the third. Okay. Typically, when you're in the pharmacy, the community pharmacy, you will work on computers. So if you're not comfortable with computers, friend, this is your time to start practicing. I get, you know, a lot of students or some students who are just not comfortable on a computer. And I get it. I understand. I will tell you that now that the pandemic has hit, things will never go back the same. And a lot of things that was handwritten or manually done won't be like that much longer. Okay. So prepare yourself. It's all about evolving, growing, pushing, moving, being ahead of the curve. Something happening. Can't touch me because I'm ready. I'm just telling you, you know, I like to keep it 100. I don't want to tell a story. I want to keep it 100 about what you need to do and how you can prepare yourself. Now, the role of the pharmacist, the role of a pharmacist, okay, they're going to verify the prescription. Remember, they're going to verify the prescription. So that means that as that prescription is coming through and once you're done, they're going to verify it. The next thing is counseling for the patients. They are the ones that do the counseling for OTC, BTC, behind the counter, that's pseudoephedrine. That's anything with decongestants in it. So Mucinex D, Allegra D, Advil, cold and sinus. That's anything with pseudoephedrine. So if you ever get a question about the crystal meth watch, you know, if you see an option for pseudoephedrine, that's the answer. Because it's always going to be crystal meth watch is about, you know, the pseudophed. Okay. And then legend drugs. They are also given counseling on legend drugs. Legend drugs is going to be drugs that require a prescription. Oh, I threw that in there. Y'all didn't even know that. Y'all did not know that. Legend drugs, okay? Or some of y'all probably knew that because y'all so smart. So remember, counseling for patients is done by the pharmacist. Even if a patient comes over and they know you and they see you all the time and they say, hey, Miss Johnson, hey, Mr. Banks, I got a question. Which one is better, this one or this one? And you say, you pick one, you just gave counsel. And it could be a secret shopper. And I don't care how long they've been coming in, they could have been a secret shopper that entire time. And if you pick one and you tell them which one is better, you just gave counsel. And now you have, you know, they have reasons to suspend licenses, revoke licenses, this, that, and the third. Because remember, when you work in the pharmacy, you work in the pharmacy as a licensed professional. So though you work for such and such organization, you're still a licensed professional, which means that they can say, well, we trained Mr. Banks on all of this. And he said that he knew and he agreed to it because he signed down at the bottom once he finished the training. He said that he completed it. So we're not going to be responsible for Mr. Banks. And then now they can then come after Mr. Banks independently and say, okay, we're going to look at your license. We're going to look at, have you made this mistake again? And now your license is before the board. Come on, friend. Just bypass all that. Okay, I done made a mistake in the pharmacy too, but it wasn't that one. I'm just saying, you ain't gonna get me caught. So when anybody comes over to ask for recommendations, when they say which one is better, this one or that one, that's them asking for recommendations. They may not say, can I get a recommendation? Okay, so remember, in pharmacy, it's all about the what? The details. It's all about the details. Pay attention to the details, because if you pay attention to details, you won't miss it. But if you're looking at something else, you're gonna miss it, okay? So I want you to really pay attention. Now, I did throw a little question, a couple of questions in here because I wanted to make sure you understand what we just talked about. Which task will require a pharmacist intervention? Is it prescription claims, profile of the patient, OTC medication that's recommended, or mixing a antibiotic suspension? You said, see, look, come on now. Make me happy today. I'm telling you, because friend, just pay attention. Pay attention and make sure that you are ready. A technician may handle all of the following calls except a patient is calling to transfer a prescription to the pharmacy. A patient is calling in a refill. The patient doesn't have any more refills and asks you to call the doctor. Or a doctor's office is calling in a new script. Which one do you think? The doctor's office calling in a new script. D. Very good. Remember, when a doctor calls the pharmacy for a new script, or if a nurse or a staff member from their office calls in a new prescription, it has to be straight to the doctor or to the pharmacist. Okay, you do not take that over the phone at all. You can take refills. You can take a patient that's calling in to transfer a prescription to another pharmacy. You can also request, you know, for refills for a patient, you can do that, but you cannot take new scripts. That is out of the scope of your practice, okay? A patient presents you with a prescription for furosemide 20 milligrams. As you process the script, you receive a therapy duplication message. Let's stop right there. What is therapy duplication? Therapy duplication is when they're taking two medicines for one thing, okay? And it says, so they have a prescription for spironolactone, 25 milligrams. So what should you do? So the doctor just wrote them, or they just got another prescription for furosemide 20 milligrams. And then now, you know, they have a prescription for spironolactone 25 milligrams and they bring it to you. What should you do? Should you call the doctor yourself about the situation? Should you inform the patient that they should stop taking the spironolactone? Should you inform the pharmacist or process the script? Somebody said process the script, but mind your business. That's not the answer. That is not the answer. The answer is to inform your pharmacist. Info. Y'all see that down at the bottom? I try to give you like a little hint. Info. You want to inform the pharmacist and let them know, hey, Miss Washington just came in. This is what she has, such and such, so-and-so. I just want to make sure you are aware of it. And then the pharmacist will say, okay, thank you for bringing it to my attention. Very good job, blah, blah, blah. So you always make sure your pharmacist knows what's going on, okay? I am so proud of the work that we put in today. You've been rocking with me for some time now, and I am super proud to be a part of your team and to be a part of your success story. I want you to know, I just want to recap just a little bit about, because I heard you say, well, how do I enroll? You can enroll by calling 903-295-5933. I'm also going to drop the link at the end of this in the description of this particular video, and you can enroll there. But it's a 4-week course. It's super, you know, convenient, very flexible schedule. It's not something that requires you to, you know, stop living life to do this, because friend, you know, I've said this for forever. You don't need to give up who you are. You don't need to introduce pharmacy in a way where it is frustrating or hard, or a way where your brain doesn't process it in a good way, right? So obviously, if you're doing pharmacy and you're, you know, right here looking at me, then this is something you want to do. So it doesn't need to take up your entire life. I told you 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes at a time is all you should be studying. It's 30 minutes at a time. And then take your time, take breaths, friend. You're worrying yourself. You got me worried about you worrying. Don't do that. Take your time. Move at a pace that's convenient for you, okay? I'm going to tell you what I always tell you. I'm going to tell you exactly what I always tell you. You are right where you need to be in order to be successful. Everything in your past has prepared you for this moment. You didn't miss it, okay? What didn't go right yesterday, that's okay. What happened to you a couple of weeks ago, that's okay. Yeah. People left that wasn't supposed to leave, that's okay too. That's fine. You're going to be all right. You're already fine, friend. All you need to do is to take care of you and continue to put your best foot forward. All you have to do is be better today than you were yesterday, and better tomorrow than you were today. And you keep going. But what I want you to focus on right now is today. Today. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about next week. Don't think about the test date. Focus on today. Focus on making a difference today. What can you do today that you didn't do yesterday? Okay. I'm going to tell you that once you open your heart and you really kind of take deep breaths and you just relax, you're going to see how this information will absorb in your brain a lot easier. When you're upset and worried and concerned and frustrated and nervous, the information is coming, but it's hitting this. You know what it's hitting? Your frustration. Here's the information. Frustration is here. Information, nervousness here. Information, anxiety, blocking it. You see what I'm saying? Information, upset because you didn't pass before. So what? So what? So what? So what? That doesn't mean that you're not prepared. That doesn't mean that you can't do this again. That doesn't mean that that's the end of your story. That doesn't mean that's all that you are. No, the devil is a liar. You are successful. You hear me? You are valuable. You are supported. You are appreciated. You are loved. You are needed. And you're going to be certified, friend. So dust yourself off. And I'm back. And I'm back. Okay? Look, do a little 1-2 in the mirror. Whatever it is that makes you happy, I want that happiness to precede you. Let happiness go before you and you follow that, right? If you're happy and you got good vibes and you got great energy, before you even walk into a room, they're already ready for you. Before you even take that exam is already rooting and on your side. But if you keep looking at it as the enemy, then now you're putting that negative vibe out there, and that's what's going to meet you when you get to that testing room. Forget that. Good energy, good vibes, right? Excitement, happiness, peaceful. Put that out there and watch that meet you, okay? I want to tell you thank you so much for watching my videos, for allowing me to be a part of who you are and a part of your success journey. I'm so proud of you, friend. This is not the end. This is only the beginning, and the sky is not the limits. It's the starting place, okay? Continue to be you. Continue to do all that you can do. Continue to show up and show out and never dim your light. Thank you so much for being with me and for allowing me to ride this wave with you. Keep me posted on your success, and I hope to see you soon, okay? Again, enroll in our 4-week online refresher course, 903-295-5933. I'll be dropping the link in the bio or in the description, sorry. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, this is the time to do that. Okay, hope to see you again next week. Take care of yourself, and until next time, you be safe. Bye.